Hey all, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. My, that is a veritable mountain of fruit, but is it enough to satiate the Pooh's hunger?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just gonna devour it all anyway, so this has only been a fruitless exercise at best.
Ironically, if you think about it.
You're right, Pooh. It certainly does.
Who said you could have agency, Piglet? Go back to hiding in a fucking bush.
I didn't say you could talk. The fuck's wrong with you?
I'll search closer to the soil.
I'm sure you could find fruit on the ground.
I'm trying to think if there's legit fruit you can plant.
I think that's like, vegetables come out of the ground, fruit grows on trees as far as I'm aware, but then again I am a shut-in. It may have changed in the last 15 years.
Apparently pineapples grow upside down.
Huh, interesting.
I wouldn't know, I don't usually talk to pineapples, so this is just what I hear.
You don't talk to pineapples. Okay.
I've just got nothing to say.
And they have nothing to say in return. Here's the third and final lucky emblem here. Yeah, and that's all the stuff you need for Proud Mode.
There, we're done.
I'm still going to find some, because I want the extra swag, you see.
Fair enough.
Now, these ribbons, if you've played any Final Fantasy game, are pretty good shit. Look at that.
That is pretty good. I probably should have gotten a ribbon.
Yeah, you probably should have actually played the game as it was intended, you cook.
I did play the game as it was intended. I played it all the way to the end, and then I got online and I complained about it, just like everyone else.
That's the way, my friend, that's the way. By the way, did you notice what the name of the Keyblade you got from Monstropolis was?
I did not notice in that brief take, but I will go look it up again.
No, okay, it's fine. It was the Happy Gear, to contrast to Vanitas' Keyblade, which was the Void Gear.
Oh shit, I didn't actually make that connection. That's a good one.
Well, I didn't myself, but people have pointed it out, and I can represent it as my own factoid, so there you go.
Good work.
Now they've changed things up a bit, and you have to get the honey to the bottom so Pooh can be satiated.
Because as you know, if you don't do that, he's just gonna approach his friends one at a time and just devour them whole.
I know he looks golden, but that's actually just a thin coating of honey. He's actually a North American black bear, and he will fucking maul you if he isn't given a smackerel of honey every day.
I think it's funny that Jim Cummings not only played Winnie the Pooh, but he also played the Terror Mask from fucking Splatterhouse, and he was just like cussing and swearing a storm in that role. It's pretty great.
It's always interesting to see the contrast between different characters VAs play and whatnot. Like for example, with Tara Strong, you either have a high-voiced woman, or a high-voiced girl, or a high-voiced boy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. She's kind of like their usual voice for Harley Quinn now. It's there. It's a Tara Strong voice. I'll always prefer the original.
Yeah.
Voice actress, but oh well. She makes money.
She sure does. Don't worry, Pooh, we're working as fast as possible. Don't make me get Gopher. He will devour you.
I think I'll gather these.
And that's about all we have to say about Winnie the Pooh World. It was literally just these 3 minigames.
Yep, just the same thing over and over. Rabbit does a weird little dance. The flowers flee in terror.
Yeah, they sure are. Do rabbits eat flowers? This is the question.
I imagine some do. They mostly prefer like grass and plants and things like that. I would imagine, depending on the flower, they would eat that too.
Lovely bit of honey. We only get 1 though, which strikes me as a bit stingy.
Well, obviously Pooh's gonna eat it all.
Yeah, this is the stuff we were able to get away from him, I think, rather than what we were rewarded with.
He just becomes gigantic, filled with honey, rolls towards Rabbit. I need more honey.
Yeah. This was a pleasant visit to 100 Acre Wood, but I guess they just wanted to get it out of the way so they don't have to pay any attention to it come Kingdom Hearts 4 and so on.
Get that shit out. We're never coming back. Stop having fun, guys.
If there's one thing KH3 disappointed me with, is that there's no King of Thieves world.
Why?
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been a lot better. But they're always extremely reluctant to do the direct-to-DVD movies. To be fair, a lot of them are bad. Okay. And they're the TV shows.
Return of Jafar was direct-to-DVD, though.
It was, and it wasn't very good.
Nope, it wasn't.
And that one's a weird exception. No, you're right. That is a weird exception. I think they may have included it because Because the Kingdom Hearts 2 version didn't match it exactly. I mean, there's clearly there. But at the same time, it was kind of the first one to do that. You have to remember, at this time, they didn't really do these kind of sequels. But Return to Jafar made bank. Like, it did really well for a direct-to-DVD film. So I guess that gets it a little special exception. But, yeah, I would have liked King of Thieves as well.
Oh, well, maybe in KH4. They have the engine ready and prepped right now, so it's all good.
Sora.
I'm going to take your heart now, and I'm going to put it right here, where mine should be.
Why I went away?
Oh,
Well,
that's what you meant.
I've got something that you can use, Pooh, to understand it. Just hand him a copy of the story so far.
And like a gummy phone so you can contact me. By the way, I was not expecting this when it came to it. This world has a secret emotional sting in the tail.
Really?
Oh yeah. Wait for it, it's coming. You won't exactly see what it is until it happens. Much like in real life.
We are together. There isn't a second that we're not.
Except when I'm in the bathroom, you gotta stay
I can
out.
feel it. Our connection's weaker. Why is that?
Hello, existential crisis. You grow up and your friends slowly move away out of your social circle until you have nothing.
What matters is I'll be here.
Well, if he becomes an artist or a writer, I guess he can keep him alive that way.
This is Winnie the fucking Pooh we're talking about. Oh, you mean Sora.
Sora.
Man, I cannot wait when Sora has to go get a job. And they look at his resume, and it's the most batshit thing in the entire world.
Yeah, I want to punch God in the face.
Alright, well, we're gonna start you at 11 an hour and 30 hours a week.
11 money? I get more than that just walking down the street.
That's true. I mean, he just has to beat up monsters for a living. He makes tons of bank that way.
And Sora's right back where he belongs, in Winnie the Pooh. You know, I half expected Christopher Robin to come along in, like, the epilogue for this during the credits, but he doesn't. Sora's just a complete stand-in. There's Honey Spout. Much better than the Winnie the Pooh Keyblade you get in Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's for sure.
That one doesn't even have guns.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the addition of guns do help. Like, this is like, they don't have as many gun Keyblades in this game, though, as I would have liked. I would have liked at least one more.
Yeah, just complete the trifecta and so on. And by the way, what Helldragon said about this being optional is true. I just cut back to the Twilight Town cutscene. You are, like shoved back into the menu screen, so you can just go on to Arendelle if you want.
Splendid. All is as it should be.
Winnie the Pooh is doing well on DVD. Christopher Robin's making bank. Disney is pleased. I'm grieving my lost childhood.
Something's happened to me that made me vanish from Pooh's heart.
I wonder if it's all the other hearts you're sharing.
Yeah, there's just no room in there.
Lose my friends.
See, this is like real, raw emotion from Sora, which we actually don't get that much. I think they did a much better job with Sora's characterization in 3, because in 2 he was just kind of like a hypocritical jackass to all the nobodies and whatnot, until he found one that was nice, and, well, there you go, oopsie doopsie, now I'm not a racist anymore.
And traverse. But you already know that.
Look, you're on the cover, dear boy.
Man, when is he gonna jump into, like, Les Miserables or Oliver Twist or something like that?
Now, which version of Les Miserables are we talking about here?
The one where the guy dies at the end?
That's most of them, unless I'm mistaken.
The book? May as well.
I was hoping for the one with Hugh Jackman, but, I like that movie, I don't care what anyone says, it was entertaining.
Van Helsing sucked.
Van Helsing is a thrill a minute, it's like The Mummy, but with vampires and monsters. Let's make some food, this is what I do when I get angry.
Let's make some food! God damn it!
Making donkey a la rat, here we go.
That reminds me, I think one time Gordon Ramsay was on a show, like a talk show, and then the host, I don't know which one it was, but then the host asked him, hey, I'm gonna make a peanut butter sandwich, can you just scream at me while I'm doing it?
Okay, it adds that flavour, you know. Good old ratatouille. Alright, what else we got here? There's a flambé course here for less desserts, whatever the hell that means. Right, here we go. I'm going to add the mixture carefully and whatnot.
Is that like pita bread he's cooking? Oh no! Yeah, I think that was a little too much alcohol, you're right.
So I had to include that. It was too funny not to. And that's it. Because we're out of honey now, because they only gave us one fucking serving.
Yeah, I don't even know how you can get more honey reliably.
Go back to 100 Acre Wood, I suppose, and do that minigame.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
Helldragon, don't you want to grind for ingredients?
Don't you want to fuck completely off in the other direction?
Well, I would, but I'd be walking into my wall.
Turn 360 and get out of here.
I will indeed. Oops. I think we're going to run into the same problem, though. Well, now it's time to leave this veritable twilight town and head into the vast misty stream along. Betwixt. I'm running out of words here. Moogle, what do you have for me?
I don't want Sora to teleport out of this world. I just want him to just walk up into the sky, be like, fuck this.
Stairway to heaven.
Just because I want to see something silly.
Sora, where you going? Scholar ad Carlum, see you later. And we're done here. Once again, paying no attention to that level 37 save file that I had down there.
I'm sure it's fine.
Alright, now we're going to the second world of this particular hub area, Arendelle. Are you looking forward to Frozen Land?
Not really. I'll be honest with you, I've got my own fair share of complaints about it.
Fair dues. I am actually kind of excited for Frozen 2, but I'll talk more about that when we actually get into the level proper. We're going to have a pretty tanky enemy to deal with here. Do you remember encountering this one?
I'm trying to remember the other bosses. Yeah, there was Dread Shark, there was Giant Robo. I'm trying to remember the other one for that, so I guess we'll see.
Thankfully, there's a pretty direct route to Arendelle with all these warp tunnels and whatnot, so we don't really even have to think that much. Like, you see a tunnel, you jump into it, bada bing.
I love the ability to not think. It lets me do other things I need to think about, I guess.
You missed the one point you absolutely had to think to show that you're not thinking.
I just don't think I can win.
Here we go, Treasure Planet reference. Sorry about that.
What, running into a treasure planet?
Yeah, well, they're on loan from Scrooge, I guess. He throws them out into space, and whoever can open them gets the solid gold Easter egg inside.
Now, since you've upgraded your machine, this is a little easier, because I know I would probably struggle, because it really depends on your rate of fire here.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you have to spin it around to get all the points to connect.
It's not like a one-and-done thing. I believe you can try it again, but it's a bit of a sloppy take if I don't do it on the first go. Man, this music is bopping.
You can try it again. I have failed these before, so I was just kind of making sure I was absolutely pixel perfect on mine.
There we go. Just put it all into me ship's arse container.
I'm just gonna open my mouth and just drop it all in.
That's how I eat Skittles.
That's how I eat jelly beans.
There you go.
I had some jelly beans today. I bought a bag, and that's exactly how they went into my mouth.
Okay, what, just the whole bag? Jesus, at least chew them.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like one of those gigantic family-sized bags. It was a personal bag of jelly beans.
To share. The greatest lie ever printed on snack foods.
No, here's the greatest lie. Fun size. That's the greatest lie.
Yep, it's fun for me when it's bigger, I can tell you that much.
You know what? I did not fight this guy. I went around. I did not fight this guy, actually.
Well, there you go. Get used to seeing this guy exactly as he is, because that's the boss fight, guys, and it'll go on for a while. I ain't filling out this part of commentary, mate. You will have to go
Alright, give me a second.
with some subjects.
It is interesting you are fighting a castle. I think it'd be great if they do an upgraded version of this boss, but it's the Disney castle.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
When you do enough damage, it opens up and Mickey's roboticized head comes out, like Andros. I think that'd be great. No, just do a whole Andros fight, but it's Mickey's head, and sometimes it's a robot, you know?
That's getting dangerously close to the epic Mickey concept art, which everybody loved, but I think the reality would be closer to epic Mickey itself, which was more mixed, shall we say.
Well, I'm not saying it's gotta be like a creepy robot. It's just literally a robot Mickey head. Like in Star Fox Zero, where Andross would sometimes have a metal face and he has the metal hands. It's just literally an Andross fight, but with Mickey's head. I need this, Tom. I need it.
Alright, let's think of other bosses we could put into, like, the gummy ship route. Made at Disney stuff or other, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts original things. Let's have a think here.
Well, I mean, we definitely want to avoid the whole, let's put, like, TIE fighters and shit, a Star Destroyer. Let's avoid that. I'm trying to think of a good space boss. You may want to... They don't own Treasure Planet, do they? Or do they?
What, Disney? Yeah, Treasure Planet.
Okay, were there any ships in that movie that might be good for a boss?
There was a couple of big space-ins, but you could easily just have Treasure Planet itself attacking you.
That's true. You could fight an entire planet, that's pretty good. I'm trying to think of what else, because again, I am really trying to avoid the whole, just use Star Wars ships.
I know. You could have, Sykes from Oliver and Company, and his limousine is like a spaceship and whatnot, and his dogs are like his little teeny ships.
Fucking what? What?
I'm using properties that aren't good for a summon and could be used elsewhere.
I am trying to think now, like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of good summons to do, but I would like to see them use some obscure fucking shit for summons. Like Oliver and Company. Do the Rescuers. Let's get real weird in here.
Uncle Remus. Perfect.
Of course.
They're never going to put Song of the South in Kingdom Hearts. Don't even bother to ask.
That would take some balls if they tried to do that, or reference it even in Kingdom Hearts. That would take nuts right there.
It would indeed, mate. Big salty nuts. And now we just have to destroy the faces. There are, I believe, there's 3 overall, 2 on the bottom rung, and then just 1 in the tower. So he got the bell end position, basically. He's the most unfortunate one.
You know, I do actually want to kind of call back briefly to when I told you I needed an Andross boss, but it's actually Mickey's head. They have made Transformers where it's like giant Disney figurines, but they turn into vehicles that have the actual Disney character driving them. I believe there's an Optimus Prime themed one, but it turns into a truck and like Mickey himself is driving it. I presume he gets flattened when he transforms the truck.
But it's just a blow-up Mickey doll, like just like goes, huh, every so often.
And then it just kind of folds away when it transforms. That's good.
No, what we need is some fucking Mickey Megazords, alright, like the friggin' Thomas the Tank Engine one.
I'm gonna look that up. You know what? I think that's a fucking thing. Give me a second. Give me a second.
It's okay, you're literally missing nothing right now.
Yeah, I'm missing shit. Okay, it's not a Megazord. There is a legit Bandai Tamashii Nations. Let me get the whole name. This is a real thing. Bandai Tamashii Nations King Robot Mickey and Friends. It is a combiner. Yes, thank you, Pop-Up. A combiner comprised of Mickey, Daisy, Donald, Pluto, and Goofy mechs combined into one glorious fucking creature.
I think I know what you're talking about, actually. Why was Minnie left out of there, and why Daisy exactly?
There might be a mini... Hold on, let me check. There's Donald... Oh, no, there's a mini one. I'm sorry. There is a mini mech. I just see a Daisy one kind of more obvious here on the side. But yeah, there's a mini mech. It is as bizarre as you expect it to be.
Well, that's combining the West with the East, I suppose. It'll get you, though.
And down here is how the castle likes to eat. It draws prey up to its jaws, where it chews them whole.
Yeah, it's okay. We have just under a minute now. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through this, guys.
How did we even get through the original gummy sections in KH1? I honestly can't remember.
We just basically made up whatever shit we could.
We try to be a bit more on point these days, but there's only so on point you can get without being pretentious, which is something I had to learn the hard way through many panic attacks and anxiety-induced breakdowns. So your boy and Tom's got it under control for the most part these days.
And let's be honest, we live in a society where any jackass will Twitch something. They'll stream it, first take, and then they just get all of the money and shit. So, fuck it, nobody cares, clearly, right?
Well, it's weird, because DSP does that, but he doesn't get all of the money for some reason,
Well, because he's a fucking idiot, that's why. You can't be an idiot. That's the prerequisite to a lot of things in life, as you'll know.
Well, maybe Disney shouldn't have poked their nose in, and Arendelle will have been a bit more original, but we'll cover more of that next time on Kingdom Hearts 3.